Welcome to CoinBook. My name is Calvin Waite, and I trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for a living. My goal is to help you guys to become better traders and to help you see opportunities within the crypto markets. So please subscribe. I would love for you to be a part of the community that we are building. So I'm looking at Tron today, and we've had a recent wild run up, and then we've had a pretty rough drop afterwards. I thought maybe we would do a little more with this line here, but that turned out to not be the case. So what happened is we had our resistance right here. It did flip to support here, and it remained support for a couple of attempts. But finally here, when we kind of slipped down through it, couldn't find support off of our 100-day moving average. We've kind of gotten ourselves down into a lower point. Question is this the place where we turn around? Well, the market for about 5 days has not been able to make up its mind yet. So I'm watching this very, very closely. We have three things at play. We have this support that has not flipped to resistance. So this support is still intact. We also have the 200-day moving average that has come up and given us a little support here. And finally, we have the 50-week moving average also right here. So we have a lot of major lines converging, which is giving Tron traders a lot of indecision. But just like anything, nothing ever goes one direction. So it'll be interesting to know if this consolidation breaks down or what happens. But there's, in my opinion, I think we're at a greater than 50% chance of consolidating and returning somewhere. I think we will likely touch this 100-day moving average, if at the very least. It would not be uncommon for us to at least attempt this level again right here. So we've got probably a 15% increase possibility, but we'll need to watch this close. This is definitely trading in a very tight range. Each of these candles are very, very small. This is actually interesting because this seems like a little bit further, a little bit more mature of a chart than Link. So if you look at Link, we're doing a similar pattern. It wasn't quite as high on the spike, but we had this same pattern that happened before. We had our bull trap, and then we had this sell-off, and now we're consolidating in a horizontal pattern. So if you look at Tron again, it's just more extreme. Like we had these really wild runs, our bull trap, and then we were in kind of the middle of this consolidation phase. Unlucky for Tron, we popped out the bottom. Link is still undecided. So Link is still kind of in the middle of its sideways consolidation phase, and it's hard to know which direction it'll break out. The 200-week or the 200-day moving average is much steeper, so this possibly can give us a little bit more support. It'd be a lot nicer if we were above the 50, and we did get rejected off the 50 here. So watch very closely, see if we either bounce off of this line or if we turn around in the middle and we can kind of muscle our way above the 50. We're kind of stuck in a band, and this is a huge band, so it's not there's a lot of direction to go inside this. This is a 25% gain, 20% loss band right here. So watch this closely. If we pop out the top, we'll likely, there could be a lot of energy after this, but if we pop out the bottom, we will definitely struggle. So keep an eye on that. So those are two coins that are kind of doing this same sort of formation. The rest of the market is looking a little rough. We're we're just kind of waiting to see how alts perform now that Bitcoin is taking up a lot of the attention of the market. Once the once Bitcoin, if we're in a kind of a consolidation period for Bitcoin, it can give some of these charts a chance to mature, and some of these might pop up or down. So I'll try to keep you guys informed. Newbies think trading is like. Well, how's everybody doing? I hope you all had a good weekend. It's time to take a look at Bitcoin. I definitely expected a little bit more action on Bitcoin over the past few days, but I cannot complain about this beautiful consolidation that we're having. So these consolidations can create a lot of strength. Most recently, we had a long consolidation, and then when we popped out the top, it definitely gave us a good solid increase right above this 50-week moving average or 50-day moving average, and then we were able to get up in here, and then we had a nice consolidation again, and that gave us the strength to continue upward here. So what we want to see is we want to see consolidation angling downward. And the reason we do is because we want to project to investors that there's no fear in the market. So the reason this kind of downward angle is positive is because people can tell that we've sort of topped out a bit and we're starting to go sideways. If we go sideways and we're kind of angling upward and we're struggling, and we suddenly start heading down and it's really sharp, that's not. This sort of scares investors. But if you're sort of angling down, and nobody's upset by that, nobody's selling off, nobody's getting weak hands because of that, that can strengthen the case for another run. And the only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is that a lot of these things happen in threes. We've had one push here, a second push here. This is our third push. So you might want to prepare for some kind of a decline. The logical place to decline would be at around 11.5. So you'll want to kind of brace yourself and prepare yourself emotionally for that. If we can stay up here long enough, though, and I was really hoping to get to 14, because if we could have gotten to 14, it would have made this line a lot more powerful as a support. So we'll kind of have to see and play it out. There are a couple of cool things that I wanted to mention, though. If I zoom in really close, you can see that we are on our last day of the 50 below the 100. We are about to cross. So after today's close, almost no matter what happens, we will have a nice green zone beginning again, because all of our trends are in the right order, and they're all angled upward. So this is definitely good bullish territory. And the other thing was, I wanted to point out what an incredible weekly close we've had. I'm going to just show you guys. I mean, if you look at this, I'll hide all this stuff so it's a little easier to see. Our highest weekly close was 18,953. Absolutely the tip top of the market. Legendary December of 2017. And then we have definitely come down and had this thing. But when we hit a high of 13,880, which we have not revisited yet, by the way, look at our close. Our highest close in this entire vicinity is 11,528. We have closed above that multiple times. In the more recent past, like in the past couple of months, and by far, just by absolute far, the close that happened yesterday that ended this week at 13,039, this is just miles above any close we've had since January of 2018. Like it was a good 2.5, almost 3 years ago by now that we've seen this awesome of a close. And I love seeing these periods of consolidation and rise and consolidation and rise. So what we really need to do, I would just love to see over the next month or so, if we could just get up into this area so that we can find support off of this, we will be set up for a run and an attempt at 20,000. So watching this like a hawk, and it is getting very, very exciting. The only other thing I wanted to mention, just talking about Bitcoin, is that Bitcoin dominance is also up. I mentioned a while ago that we had definitely attempted a breakout above this 60.4% dominance. And when we finally did, we definitely popped, and alts just got destroyed from that. And alts are still recovering. We've been flat here, but many alts have definitely taken a dive downward. Today we're up again. We're starting to, Bitcoin dominance is running a little bit more. And I know that I mentioned to a couple of you, or just on one of my past videos, that I trade quite a few bots, and that's kind of how I like to do it. And my bots kind of give me an indication of how well the market is going, since I have 100 different bots running on 100 different coins, and 10% of them are in long positions right now. And anything else is attempting to exit, or they're patiently waiting for a turnaround in the market to exit. And so we are definitely in bear market land for alts. So we're just watching Bitcoin dominance. Anytime Bitcoin dominance can either consolidate or slightly angle down, there's always a chance that this, like a few alts with the right market structure, can pop. So right now, a lot of the ones that looked really good a while ago are not looking so hot, and that just requires patience and smart trades, and keep your emotions in check. So I really, really hope everyone the very best in their trading, and hope that some of this will help you calm down and see some of the few opportunities that still are there in the market.
All right, you guys, we are almost to 1,000 subscribers, and when we get monetized, I'm going to be giving away these enviable Coinbook t-shirts, the apex of crypto fashion. So if you could comment your ideas on how I should distribute these. I'm not sure if I should give out one per day, or one to the best comment, or one per week. So give me your ideas, but I want to build this brand and expand our community.